And these academic studies, like history and math and stuff like that, it really it helps people. I mean, you got to have this in everyday life. A lot of people don't see the benefits of sitting there and studying your math or studying your history, but it will pay off in the long run.
Absolutely. I was just telling one of my students this morning in 11th grade, he's in my government class, and I was telling him, you may think that you're never going to use this stuff, but the important thing is that I'm teaching you how to think. I'm teaching you more than, election 2012. I'm teaching you how to think for yourself, how to be a good citizen, how, those sorts of important things, how to be a leader. And that's what education is about. And to me, that's what education should be about. And having such small classes, having the opportunity to really invest in my students in that way, I get to enforce those ideas in them of citizenship and who we are as people, who we are as Christians. And that is so exciting, to be able to go to work on a daily basis and maybe see those small changes.
Take us through a normal day, an everyday schedule, like what time does class start, and then how do you do it? You go from math to social studies, or how does that all work?
Sure. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I teach in the high school, so we go through our first 3 periods in the day, and then go to lunch, and we have an incredible cafeteria staff. I mean, when we're talking school lunches, you've never had school lunches like this.
That's what I was going to ask, yeah.
No, they're wonderful. They do such a good job in our cafeteria, and just the atmosphere over there, even, they have a verse of the day and give the kids little extra prizes if they get that. And then after that, the kids come back for another period, and they have chapel on Monday and Wednesday, or student council on Tuesday, and on Thursday they have their class meetings or study hall, and then also on Tuesday we have Lower Lights, which is our singing group. And so they have a choice of what they can do during those times, and then we come back for our last 2 periods of the day, and by this time the kids they're ready to go, because it's 4:10. We get out of school at 4:10.
Well, I was getting ready to ask you that, 4:10. So there's plenty of activities, there's plenty of good studies, and plenty of good food, it sounds like. So it takes a love to say, hey, I want to raise my child in a different atmosphere. I want to raise them where people love and care about each other, where they're just not just another student in the hundreds here. And, that should really reach out to people that's listening right now. Hey, to consider putting my child in a Christian school in that atmosphere.
I hope so. I see such a value in Christian education. I think that you're giving your child not just a mental education, but a heart education as well, and you're investing in their eternity.
Right.
And what better investment can you make in your child than investing in their eternity? And then the eternity of others, because what influence is that child going to have later on in their life? And I hope to see many of my students, and I already have seen that in just the few years that I've been there, the students that have graduated. I can see the change that they're going to be in the world, and that excites me.
Right, and let's talk about graduation. Do they receive diplomas and degrees and all that thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we're accredited by ACSI, which is the Association of Christian Schools International, and we are a recognized accredited school in Kentucky, and so our diplomas are good for any college, any job, any university, just like you would get anywhere else. And so, there's no reason not to send your kid to Riverside.